Hi, my name is Dominic and I work here at Mermaid Chart. Today I am going to show you consultants, business analysts, software architects, anyone who holds a lot of meetings and discusses processes or requirements. I'm going to show you how to get a visual directly from your call transcripts and save you a lot of time on diagramming. So we're starting here in the personal folder. I'm going to go ahead and go into my Mermaid Chart Tutorials subfolder. And we're going to go ahead and click Create New and Start in the AI chat. So that'll bring us here to Mermaid AI. You see you have your sample prompts here, but we're going to do a custom one, of course. And what I've done in preparation for this is I've created a mock conversation between a consultant named Alex and a customer named Sarah on them discussing Sarah's current customer journey process. So essentially, you're the consultant, you're talking to your customer, you're trying to figure out what their current process is, and then in the next meeting, you'll show them what that improved process is. In our case, we have this mock transcript going over that customer journey. So we're just going to go ahead and copy all of it. There is a really cool thing if you use Otter AI or any other transcript tool that is doing the transcript live. You can actually take that while you're still on the call and paste that in here and show your customer their current process live. It's a pretty cool way to wow your customers and show some efficiency. So why don't we dive into what we're doing here and let's start our prompt. We're going to start off with as much context as possible. So we're going to shape kind of what we're hoping to do. So we're going to say Alex is a consultant who's talking to his customer, Sarah, about the current customer journey for the customers in her SaaS company. Alex wants to make a flowchart that shows the current process for a customer who lands on their website and signs up. So we have some good context here. This is kind of shaping it. And all we're going to do now is ask, please make a flowchart of the customer journey using the following transcript. So we gave it a little bit of parameters there, a little extra information, and now we're just pasting the whole transcript. So now we are seeing the Mermaid AI tree being built right before our eyes, and it is already done. So you can see how if you were going to make a current process diagram for someone, you would have had to take notes during your call. You might have to refer back to your transcript. But what we've done now is we skipped all of that, and now you already have the first version of your diagram. So if we go full screen here and take a look, we can see the journey is composed of the visitors landing on the homepage, exploring the homepage, and then there are some actions they can take. So we're hitting our first decision tree. They can click to start the free trial, or they can go scroll through the free features. So they click to do either of those, actually, they will be directed to a sign up page. There they enter the email and create the password. If the sign up was a success, they're going to start receiving a welcome email. Then they're going to get a chance to view a tutorial. If they complete that tutorial or don't complete it, they can explore on their own if they don't complete it. But either way, they will end up getting the trial period follow-up emails. Next, once the trial expiry is near, we're going to see if it is near, they receive expiry reminders. If they convert to a paid user, they'll go ahead and start receiving basic onboarding emails with post-conversion email suggestions. And this is where they hope to encourage referrals or reviews. So you can see you have a very good general overview of what this customer journey process is. And it took us about 2 minutes just taking the transcript after the meeting to get this. And again, like I mentioned, if we were using Otter or some other transcript tool where this was done live, you could show this to your customer in the same meeting and you guys could actually workshop it together. So what I want to show you is with this transcript, if there is an area in our diagram that we think could use some more work, like let's take a look on, click on start a free trial. There's things that we can point to directly in this diagram to go ahead and expand on. So I'm going to say when users click to start a free trial, can you give me the steps they have to take and add that to the diagram. So Mermaid AI, since we gave it that context of the transcript in the past, we can point to all of this information. We can point to the specific parts of the diagram, and we can ask it to expand on it. We can ask it to do different styling. We can ask it to change shapes. We can ask it to do pretty much whatever we would like to do on the editing front. So if we go ahead and scroll back in, if they click on a start a free trial, they're directed to the sign up page. They fill in personal information, they agree to terms and conditions, and then they click submit to start trial. Then they put in the email and create a password. So we are seeing a expanded view like we asked it to. And again, we can go back and chat back and forth to get to a better process without having to actually touch any of the nodes. But we can see there are some discrepancies here. So like if they scroll the features and they direct to the sign up page, maybe they skip some personal information because that's just required for a free trial. So what we're going to do is we can click to edit it, which will take us to the editor. Or if we don't want to deal with any of the text side of Mermaid Chart, we can actually take this straight to a whiteboard. So I'll show you the editor just really fast. You'll see the syntax here on the left, which is essentially dictating what the diagram is on the right. If you are non-technical and don't like the text, don't worry, because you can go ahead and use our whiteboard, but you can also use your mouse to change the color of nodes and things like that. So you can see I'm using my mouse here just to go ahead and change everything. So this is the editor. You can use Mermaid AI in here again to make more edits. So I can say something like, my diagram has good content, but the styling is not professional. Can you make it look better? And use Visio as inspiration. This is something we hear a lot, is that people are used to using Visio for their diagrams that they show customers. So we can go ahead and use that as inspiration. And now we see we have a diagram that is styled a little differently. We didn't end up with much of the Visio look in terms of pure blue nodes, but we do have good borders, and we have things that are organized a little bit better. So we can see we have a new subgraph. So this is just an example of how you can chat back and forth with the AI chat. I can also correct it and say, hey, this isn't the Visio blue I was hoping for. Can you add that? And it will be able to do so. But what I want to show you next is the whiteboard. So we have this diagram that's been pretty rigid, and up to this point, everything has been set to Mermaid's rendering algorithm. So when we're in here, we have the whiteboard, and we can see some things shifted a little bit. But just like any other whiteboard, we have the ability to now move nodes. We can resize the nodes. We can change the border color how we want. So I'm going to change that to be black. We can change the background color. We can change what the shape is. We can do all of this stuff using the whiteboard now. So when we are moving things around, if there's something we don't like, we can always rearrange, and we can use our original rendering algorithm, which was hierarchical, or we can use adaptive, which is a little more professional and gives you those kind of straighter lines. So you can see it's rearranged some things, and we got some work to do on the whiteboard front. But at any time, if we make a change that we don't like, we can go to the timeline and we can restore to a previous version. So now we have our diagram here, visitors landing on the home page. Since this is our start node, I want to be consistent with our flowcharting principles. So I'm going to change this to a circle, and it's very big. So I'm going to go ahead and resize this to be a lot smaller. And there we are. So the visitor lands on the home page. They explore the home page, and they're met with some options. The actions they can take are either directing to the sign up page, or they click on the start the free trial. So you can see how I'm able to move everything and rearrange it to get the diagram how I want it to look. Same thing with the edges. If I want to click on it, or I'll zoom in for you, I have the ability to change all of the edges. I can change what they look like, whether they're going to be circles on each end. I can change the color of the edges. I can do all of this again just by clicking. We also have multi-select, so there are some options in here. You can duplicate things, trash them, and of course, at any time, if you want to go use Mermaid AI again, you can take this back to the editor. You can see our diagram is still in the whiteboard mode. You can come in here and you can ask it to make changes for you. So if I wanted to do another specific change, I can come in here and I can ask it to do that, and it will be able to reflect. So you have a lot of editing options. So to sum up, what we did is we held a meeting with a customer. We took that transcript. We did a little bit of setting parameters in Mermaid AI on what we wanted to see, and then we pasted that whole transcript. We got our diagram as an output. Then we talked back and forth with Mermaid AI to expand and get a little more detail. And then we took it to the whiteboard so that we could style it how we wanted. We can resize our nodes. We can set the structure as we like. And now that we have a diagram that we may or may not like, I'm going to go ahead and switch it back to um, hierarchical, which is what we started with. And since this diagram looks pretty decent, I'm going to go ahead and I can export it as a PNG, an SVG, or I can always come up here and share it directly with people by entering their email address. And I can also, if you click here, you can change the privacy so that anyone with the link can come view your diagram. Anyone with the link can come edit your diagram. And then you can always send this editor link to your colleagues. So that is the use case, how you get a transcript to diagram. Let me know if you have any questions or want to see an expansion on this. Thank you so much.